Making his first ever Pro Bowl appearance as a rookie, it is Washington Commanders quarterback Jayden Daniels. An incredible start and acceptance of the fans and the coaches and the players for the number 2 overall pick to Washington. That's awesome for Jayden Daniels.
Yep. Man, I took so much heat this season talking about how I think that Jayden Daniels is a top quarterback in the NFL. And people are like, oh, you're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting ahead of yourself. You're being ridiculous. Prisoner of the moment. And I was like, no, Jayden Daniels is clearly a top quarterback in the NFL right now. Clearly, already. I understand he's a rookie. And I kept saying, just act like you didn't know who was a rookie and who was a not. Who's been playing for years, who's whatever. Like, take away that all. Don't worry about Mahomes winning Super Bowls, Josh Allen, Lamar. You don't know anything about any of these guys. We're just talking about this season because that's all that matters. That's all that matters. We're just focused on this season right now. Not who you think someone can be, not what you've already seen them do. What are we looking at today? And under those circumstances, Jayden Daniels is clearly a top quarterback in the NFL. Now he's technically, voted top 6, if we're looking at just Pro Bowls, in terms of, 3 for each conference. So, yeah. I mean, this is I find this so frustrating, actually, because I knew something like this was going to happen, but I didn't think it was actually going to happen. I didn't think it was necessarily going to continue to happen the way how it is, because I said before the season ever started that Jayden Daniels was going to face an uphill battle from a media perspective because of Caleb Williams, because Chicago is such a massive marketplace. There's so much weight behind Caleb. They want Caleb to be this thing, this next big thing. They need it, and Chicago and the NFL wants that Chicago market because it's so massive that they want it. They want it. As we saw throughout this entire season, every single day was essentially about Caleb. Whether he succeeded or failed, it was Caleb. Chicago Bears. And when you compare it to the media attention that we saw that Jayden Daniels and the Washington Commanders get, night and day. Jayden Daniels, of course, because he was inevitable, it was undeniable. They absolutely picked up, media attention too. But we know without a shadow of a doubt, it's more for Chicago. Even when Jayden Daniels threw that Hail Mary against Chicago and won, it was more about the Chicago Bears allowing that to happen than the Washington Commanders and Jayden Daniels getting it done. Okay? That's the difference. I'm very confident if Caleb Williams had the year that Jayden Daniels is having, there would be a louder MVP discussion. I really don't doubt that. And so now he became a Pro Bowler, which is awesome. I mean, that's so much validation for him and what the Commanders have been able to do this season. It's exciting. It's awesome to be able to have that going into the playoffs. Like, it's just, talk about momentum and confidence building. Man, it's got to be just through the roof right now. I mean, it's just awesome to see. But it's still one of those things where I can't help but feel that it's still under discussed, because this gets announced, okay, hours ago, truly hours ago. And yet none of these shows, I thought they would, none of these shows are talking about it. None of them. Not The Herd. So far, but I'm recording this, there's still an hour left of First Things First. No mention of it. I looked on Get Up. I'm trying to search all the shows. Nothing about it. Truly nothing. This is the best I could do. This little clip where they just said the name, Jayden Daniels. That's it. That's the best I could find. Best I could find. That's all the proof you need right now. We know without a shadow of a doubt, if Caleb Williams was announced in the Pro Bowl, Colin would open the show. First Things First. Nick Wright would be dropping banners. We know that. So no, I don't have a tinfoil hat on my head right now. I'm just observing what I see. So much of this channel is literally just me making observations, me trying to make sense of it, and then me sharing it with everyone else. Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's probably the most foundational aspect of what this channel is, more than anything. And I find it frustrating. I really, really do, that you could be having such an amazing year like this. Someone would have to let me know, and it would probably have to be a non-Commanders fan. I don't really remember at this point. I really don't. And I don't think I was connected into all these shows as much as I am now, obviously, because of this channel, as I was last year or just years past. Did CJ Stroud, because I know that there was a lot of hype and energy behind CJ, and it was exciting. But, like, did CJ get less attention or more attention than this? Because I think it's shocking that you could have a rookie quarterback like this ball out, first Pro Bowl, and obviously it's a Pro Bowl. It's not an MVP. Like, there's other things. So I get it. I don't want to act like Pro Bowls are like the greatest accomplishment a football player could ever have. It just feels like he's just, I don't know, somehow underappreciated. Which also doesn't make sense, because it's not like he's just putting up stats or getting wins, because the way he's doing it is also wildly exciting. And we know there's a bias against for quarterbacks who do really like exciting, dynamic stuff, right, in terms of like how they play. And I talk about how there's plenty of quarterbacks in the NFL that aren't a human highlight reel, but they're actually special or elite or great or superheroes. But because they can't scramble and do all of some of these other things, that we don't think that they are as special. And so Jayden even has that going for him, because he is a human highlight reel. You can show any of his highlights and be like, is this not extraordinary? And you don't even have to know sports or football, and you could be like, I don't know what football is. I've never seen a game before, but that looks awesome. So he even passes that test. He even, he's way above that. So it's just, I find it irritating. I literally kept searching and searching and searching, trying to find some sort of breakdown discussion, and it does not exist. It does not exist. First Things First opened up their show with, Patrick Mahomes not being a Pro Bowl. They opened the show with him not being the Pro Bowl, rather than who is the Pro Bowl. That's backwards. And there's no doubt, none, we know this, that there would be banners dropped for Caleb Williams on First Things First. At a minimum. And I'm pretty sure Colin would have also had something. He wouldn't have dropped banners, but he would have said something. And he's been very pro Jayden Daniels. So he's not anti-Jayden Daniels by no means. But Colin follows the media. He follows the views. He's admitted that. It's like not like, he creates content that he thinks that people want to view and see. Because he's talked about it. He goes, people always say, why do I talk about the Dallas Cowboys so much? He's like, because people watch it. They're the most popular team in the NFL. That's why. He does not hide that at all. And I respect it totally. So Commanders fans, you got to step up your game. You got to watch more videos. You got to click more. You got to give the thumbs up, not just my videos. I mean, by all means, please definitely watch my videos, but you got to do all the videos, okay? Anyone's videos. You got to buy merch, I guess. I don't know. You got to tune into the games. Even if you're not watching, just turn it on all your TVs. You got to do something. You gotta juice up a little bit, because I find it ridiculous, honestly. I really do. I genuinely feel like Dak Prescott in previous years has gotten more hype than what Jayden Daniels has done this year. And again, I get it, Dallas Cowboys. They're insanely popular. But come on, man. Come on. Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't. It makes sense. It shouldn't. It should be very, I don't know. I said my piece. I want to try to keep it positive. I want to just celebrate this, which I think I did. But I genuinely struggled to find anything. And I'm like, well, was this just announced? Because I read it. I read, who made it. But I honestly, it was I don't really remember when I read it. And so I was like, well, wait, was this maybe just announced like an hour ago or something? Like, and that's why these shows don't have it. Like, it's a little bit hard to play catch up. And then I see that it was actually announced like over 6 hours ago. So there's no excuse why it wouldn't be everywhere already. There's no excuse. None. Zero. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Jayden Daniels making his first Pro Bowl? And what do you think about the lack of discussion right now? Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.